Let us begin. Today is the third day of the second month in the 9th year of Channel Group, March 15, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천진 참부님께 경배 바로. Let us recite 가정맹세.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
For the opening prayer, may I call Mr. Celso Derecho.
Good morning, our beloved parents and the spiritual parents of heaven and earth. Truly, you are so grateful and thankful that there is this day. Now we can be connected to you, our beloved heavenly parents and parents. We are so grateful and thankful that you have given us hope life, that we can welcome another good life. Wonderful day and morning with our beloved national leader, Urban to Amsterdam. Use him as your instrument according to your word, who us this day morning devotion on how we can rely over content, that and how we can be connected to our beloved true parents of love, admirers, begotten daughters. Truly, we are so blessed and we are so happy that we can truly live in this very providential time with all our leaders leaders throughout the world, and with our brothers and sisters doing this utmost sincerity before heaven, so that we can truly more enlighten ourselves to go on towards God's path. Truly, we want to submit also ourselves, especially central blessed family, through the embodiment of Judaism. And we want to offer a life of atmosphere of heart, especially how much as a central blessed family that can truly inherit the true essence of love in our daily life. Truly, we want that you are the center of our life, the beloved heavenly parents. More we can be connected to the heavenly parents for the community through the victory of Jesus Christ. Our stories of gratitude, thankfulness on how also we can prepare ourselves, especially for all our second generation, for this coming March 27 for the Mutual Blessing Festival. Really also we want to more internalize ourselves how we can be the true instrument, a model family that can truly represent how we love two parents. Thank you once again for loving heavenly parents and true parents for this very wonderful morning with all our heart. Yeah. Want to report this my name is Sauto, and this is the Central Blessed Family.
Let us offer our individual prayer. Aju, Aju, Aju. Let us offer our greetings to our Heavenly Parents. Good morning, Heavenly Parents. To all our leaders, elders, brothers, and sisters, good morning. Good morning to everyone. You may now take your seat, brothers and sisters. Good morning and welcome to our morning devotion. Let us also give thanks to Mr. Celso Derecho, one of the elder blessed member from Region 12. Thank you so much for the opening prayer. Now, to begin, To lead us with the Hundok reading, I would like to call our sister Sapeta Malua.
Good morning, Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning to all our beloved leaders, blessed families, and members. Our reading this morning is from The Mother of Peace, a memoir by Dr. Han Moon, Chapter 6, Creating the Road to One World.
Make it louder, Sapeta. Thank you.
One street, one global neighborhood. On the southern Japanese island of Kyushu, there is a small port city named Karatsu. This city on the shores of the Korea Strait is famous for the pottery that bears its name. Karatsu pottery was originally created by Korean potters. During the 1980s, key members visited this city several times on our behalf to develop an international project. Karatsu was the launching site for an initiative that my husband had announced at our international conference on the unity of the sciences in the autumn of 1981.
Sapeta, excuse me, sorry. We will change our reading. Sorry. A moment. Okay lang. Okay, Sapeta, go ahead.
Okay, our readings from The Mother of Peace, a memoir by Dr. Han Moon. Chapter 6, Creating the Road to One World. Continuation. We already have the engineering prowess to construct a bridge tunnel complex spanning the Bering Strait. Concerning the cost, we need to put it in perspective. Compared to the money that the world is investing in wars that do nothing but destroy nations and people, the cost of a bridge tunnel constructed for the sake of peace is insignificant. Nations and movements sacrifice lives and resources following the logic of power, a foolish and ineffective way to resolve perceived injustice or settle disputes. Our Heavenly Parent is showing us the path of true peace. As the book of Isaiah says, now is the time to beat our swords into plowshares. I have mentioned the Peace Road project. It consists of events in which people of all ages and nationalities, wearing Peace Road t-shirts and carrying a Peace Road flag, ride bicycles or walk to show their support for our proposed International Peace Highway. The path ends at local government centers where officials and social and religious leaders speak at all rallies, publicly announcing their support for the initiative and stimulating publicity in local media. Leaders and citizens of many countries, including members of International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, have welcomed the Peace Road movement. In 2015, people in more than 120 countries participated. Altogether, the Peace Riders that year symbolically traversed the world in 93 days. Bold love breaks an iron curtain. With the coming of the year 1990, people were feeling hopeful that the world might truly change. I would hear one person saying, the term Cold War will soon no longer be heard, and another responding, that may be our hope, your hope. But the Soviet Union is holding on, and communism is gaining power in many countries. Peace cannot be so easily achieved. They would agree on one point, it won't be easy. In the late 1980s, with American conservatism on the rise, the Solitary movement gathering success in Poland, and Glasnost and Perestroika progressing in Russia, the world was entering an era of reconciliation, at least on a superficial level. But at the same time, Moscow-directed insurgencies were building momentum in Africa, Asia, and Central America. Moscow had succeeded in forcing the United States to pull out of Vietnam, allowing communism to run rampant there and in the killing fields of Cambodia. Marxists that were still banned on their ambition to communise the entire world. At that time, my husband and I sponsored the World Media Association fact-finding tours, taking Western journalists to see firsthand the conditions in the Soviet Union and other communist states. Informing journalists with indivisible facts was an effective step toward ending the Cold War. Besides taking the blinders off these journalists' eyes, the tours generated positive relations with Russian media. In addition, we welcomed the teams from communist countries during the 1988 Seoul Olympics, serving them with Korean food and gifts. On that foundation, my husband and I decided to go to Moscow to meet President Mikhail Gorbachev. 17 years earlier, on July 1, 1973, we had declared that one day we would march to Moscow. As we fought the overthrow of communism, we had envisioned holding a rally in Red Square, and in October that year, we announced this to our members. Most were enthusiastic, though the prophecy reminded some of the dreamlike visions of Don Quixote. Sunburst, one of our jet bands, turned our vision into a song, Red Square, with the immortal refrain, Moscow to Moscow. Although the accomplishment of that goal took longer than we wished, my husband and I never forget our commitment. We believe that winning the Soviet leadership heart in Moscow Kremlin Palace would tip the scale toward liberating God and all of humanity. Our victory over communism work over the years was ultimately not about a political system, nor it was a public relations strategy to gain support from anti-communists. At its roots was and is the question of God or no God. The real purpose of our struggle is to liberate the communist world and the West as well from atheistic materialism. During the Cold War, most people in the free world, including a journalist on our fact-finding tours, had no idea what life was like under communism. Others in a position to know choose to turn a blind eye, hesitating to take action out of fear. In the meantime, hundreds of millions in the communist world endured dire circumstances, some not knowing where the next day's food would come from. To save these suffering millions, our Heavenly Parent pushed my husband and me to win over the Soviet Union and open the path by which we could do so. Engaging the leadership of the Soviet Union was certainly no simple task. President Gorbachev has been implementing gradual reform, but he had to deal with an entrant bureaucracy program to maintain a belligerent posture as the leading nation of the communist world. Hidden between an iron curtain, the Soviet Union projected the image of a powerful iron-fisted empire. Adieu.
Drew. Let us give a hand and appreciate our true parents' words. Thank you so much. Let us also thank our sister, Sapeta Malua. Thank you so much, Sapeta, for reading. Thank you. Now, to share her gratitude points, let us welcome Mrs. Setsuko Derecho. Nakaw na. Good morning. Can you make it louder, please? Thank you.
Okay, now, okay. Hello?
No, not yet. Louder.
So it's better without my now, okay?
No.
Now, how about now?
Yeah.
It's okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, brothers and sisters, especially our leaders. I'm the Setsuko Director, the wife of Celso Director. He now pray. I'm Japanese, 30,000 couples. I stay 24 years already here in Mindanao and Tampakan, South Cotabato. It's most maybe very far from the HQ. I have two daughters, two sons. So before I share about the 10 point of appreciation, that really I feel already start the Dr. Young morning devotion, and then Dr. Young was really emphasized about Kyojon diary that 1 year. But before, I hear in Japan, because my life is financial help, my 24 years of the stay in the Philippines, but more half is in Japan, working in Japan, and then I raise the fund for the family. So during maybe 6 months work in Japan and 6 months here, like this 24 years, my life is like this. So during in Japan, my spirit is very difficult. That time I hear the YouTube, some outside people talking about good attitude. I really like the notebook, like the good attitude. Many fortune will come. So I try to do that. Is my notebook I check. It was August 13, 2018. So almost 3 years. From that time, continue. I'm writing every day. Actually, only five gratitude every day. And then when I come back in the house together with our children, I push them to write also. So continue doing, and then afternoon, our Kundukwe time sharing. That's our tradition, our family. So this Kyojon diary is really very important. Everything in our life, if really everything good attitude, so all no problem, everything can solve. My experience. So that's I wanted to say. Suppose and that's why every day we need to light. That of course we are good attitude to heavenly parents, through parents, our ancestor, our good spirit, and that physical parents and spiritual parents, and our husband, our children, every general thanks, gratitude is of course that this is for me. Of course we need to every day, but what we need to light every day is what will easy every day, what happens, especially specific things we need to really light and notebook, and that is the one share to others. That's I think Dr. Young was emphasizing of the Jojon diary. So I hope that we can remember again the spirit of Dr. Young, what he wanted to say. So this time, for me, today and yesterday, special gratitude is, of course, number one is I could share for this 10 point of gratitude represent from the region 12, the timely I could share to all of you. Actually, it's very for me to difficult to very ashamed to people, but overcome through this. I can overcome for my ashamed feeling. So very grateful, and also that every day we attend together with our children, but they could not really attention. But today they want to really help me. That's why they are not sleepy. That's very grateful. Thank you very much. And also, second is this Zoom and internet connection is really for me very thankful. Even though I'm talking to many people, but still I cannot see because of Zoom. I cannot see all of you the face, so I can easy to overcome my same feeling. So, but also this internet is a very grateful. Even though I stay in the Mindanao, but I can communicate with leaders in the HQ. It was our Region 12, the struggling of we want to go there, but very far. We cannot attend the meeting. But this through the Zoom and internet, and like this, we can really attend. That's really very grateful. Even though all of the world is grateful. And number 3 is that we can living in the nature. Every day we have a lot of plants and fruits. And yesterday I could eat for the durian, the very natural, very fresh durian, just harvest and eat. That's really grateful. And number 4 is yesterday that the Sunday service for the Ate Dulce gave for us the message. It's really timely for our children for the about blessing, how much our true mother was worried about second generation, how much love we really, even our children, I feel they really through mother's love through the Ate Dulce. Thank you very much, Ate Dulce. Number 5. I want to really October 10, Tombo blessing. This morning I really pray, so I feel that we want to receive the Tombo blessing. But before that, true Father is the one want to give. That's the really feel that's the love of true parents. So that's why we really need to push myself to fulfill the goal. Number 6, yesterday, March 14, we have group for the Mindanao Japanese sisters. Since last year, we create, because of Dr. Yon, group for the Mindanao Japanese sisters. Even in Japan, some connecting Japanese in Mindanao, husband is Mindanao. And yesterday, we start 40 days condition, 6 times we offer 40 days. Yesterday start centering at the Nobuye. I'm very grateful. And the number 7 is the Corona. It's really, it was very, Corona is very negative things, but for me, it's very thankful. Thankful because of I could not go back home and I could stay with my husband and my family. And this time our younger brother is in America. They all family become Corona. But because of that, we really could pray for them. Before it was not enough, but now really sincere pray and thankful. And also our children, number 8, many problem our children, but through that we can really repent all negative things. Number 8 and 9 and 10 is negative. Number 9 is we don't have any result. We don't have a lot of money, but because of that, if I could do success, really not serious prayer, but because of this, I really pray for her to Heavenly Parent, true parent, and become humble. Thank you. And the number 10 is, of course, that my husband always remind me my foreign nature. It's really to overcome for my foreign nature. Without him, I cannot know my foreign nature. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Tita Satsuko, for sharing your 10 points of gratitude. Once again, let us give a hand to Mrs. Satsuko Derecho. Thank you so much po. Yeah, our elder member, blessed member from Region 12. Now to prepare us more to receive God's words, let us hear our second generation, representing all generation from Region 12. For the opening song, let us welcome Yuki and Yomi Bastol.
We pray for blessings, we pray for peace, comfort for family, protection while we sleep. We pray for healing, for prosperity. We pray for your mighty hand to ease our suffering, and all the while you hear each spoken need. Yet love is way too much to give us lesser things. 'Cause what if your blessings come through raindrops? What if your healing comes through tears? What if 1,000 sleepless nights are what it takes to know you're near? What if trials of this life are your mercies in disguise? We pray for wisdom, your voice to hear, and we cry in anger when we cannot feel you near. Without your goodness, without your love, as if every promise from your word is not enough. And all the while you hear each desperate plea. How long that we have faith to believe. 'Cause what if your blessings come through raindrops? What if your healing comes through tears? What if 1,000 sleepless nights are what it takes to know you're near? What if trials of this life are your mercies in disguise? When friends betray us, when darkness seems to win, we know the pain reminds this heart that this is not our home. It's not our home. 'Cause what if your blessings come through raindrops? What if your healing comes through tears? And what if 1,000 sleepless nights are what it takes greatest disappointments or the aching of this life is the revealing of a greater thirst this world can't satisfy. And what if trials of this life, the rain, the storms, the hardest nights, are your mercies in disguise?
Thank you so much, Yuki and Yumi. Once again, let us give a hand to our second generation from Region 12, Yuki and Yumi Bastol. Thank you so much. Now, to give us more inspiration and guidance this morning, let us welcome our very own national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog.
Good morning to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. Thank you very much for this new day. Good morning to all our beloved leaders, all our Chanbo families, beloved Blessed Central families and brothers and sisters. Magandang umaga po ka. Wow, today was a really inspiring day again for all of us. Thank you so much to our Kuya Celso's family. And I'm really grateful to Sitsuko-san for sharing those very touching and really very important points of gratitude, and also the importance of writing really gratitude points every day. Thank you for really sharing your heart. And also thank you to our very precious second generation. Thank you for your wonderful song. Really, it is really very touching and really inspiring. Thank you so much. So today, brothers and sisters, is actually already our 44th day of doing our national morning devotion. Yeah, so this morning again, I would like to share another topic from our beloved true parents. So today is a new week. So I hope everybody could have a great week as we start and move forward in our missions and responsibilities, and really be able to completely and truly bring joy to Heavenly Parents and true parents. So today, Sitsuko-san also was sharing their desire and really looking forward for the upcoming Chonbo celebration, Chonbo Festival, this coming October 10, 2021. So I wish all our blessed families, brothers and sisters could be able to really bring victory for our Heavenly Parent and true parents. So today, I would like to share this topic. So this morning, I will be sharing this topic about dreams. So a lot of dreams when we are sleeping, right? So sometimes we have different interpretations. We don't know what does this dream means. So today I would like to share with you Father's guidance about dreams. So let us learn and study together. True Father said, the world of dreams. So let's study the world of dreams. Father said, between this world and the next is the world of dreams. Not all dreams are spiritual, but some definitely are. And they are often the most vivid and memorable. During such a dream, the spirit leaves the body for a time and mounts up into the spirit world, where it experiences various phenomena. Some of these are of God and convey meaningful messages. Other dreams are encounters with low or evil spirits. These include nightmares, sexual dreams, and the like. These passages describe the spiritual process of dreaming and give instructions on how to discern whether a dream is from God. Through a dream, God can reveal life-changing information and guidance, as he did to Jacob and Joseph in the Bible. Thus, paying attention to significant dreams is an important discipline of the religious life. So, many times in our life, maybe some of us, maybe almost every day, we are having dreams, but sometimes we really do not know how to interpret these dreams. There are, when you ask different people, they have different interpretations. So how to really interpret and how to understand what these dreams or what messages what heavenly parents wanted to convey to us through our dreams. So Father is saying here, not all dreams are spiritual, but some definitely are, and they are often the most vivid and memorable. So Father is saying here, when we sleep, the spirit leaves the body for a time and mounts up into the spirit world where it experiences various phenomena. That's why when we sleep, so our spirit, is traveling, actually, go to the spiritual world, and then that's why we experience various phenomena, Father said. So Father said some of these are of God and convey meaningful messages. Some of our dreams that we have in our everyday life, some comes from God. These are messages. But other dreams, Father said, other dreams are encounters with low or evil spirits. These include nightmares, and then sexual dreams, and the like. All these, unlikely or unnecessary, not so good things that we dream about, these are encounters with low-level spirits or evil spirits. That's why sometimes we are sharing some of our dreams. We thought this is like revelation, but actually, these are, encounter with evil spirits. So we know, especially if our spiritual level, right? We know already, we learn, Father is teaching us. The same spirits comes and cooperates and have encounter with us. So that's why it's Father saying here, thus paying attention to significant dreams is an important discipline of the religious life. As we grow, as we move on with our life of faith, we develop our spirituality. We grow our spirituality. So we started to understand and be able to, explain well and understand whether this dream comes from God or this dream comes, just an encounter from an evil spirit. Just evil spirit just, made this a dream to, this encounter comes from evil spirit. So we started to understand. That's why as spiritual beings, as people living, this life of faith, we need to start to understand and really, develop our spirituality and be able to messages are coming from heaven or just, an encounter with evil spirit. This is really very important. Father is saying. So Father said, dreams are one means that God uses to reveal himself. Dreams are one means that God uses to reveal himself. Hence, dreams may give important revelations. Some dreams are correct and come true. Because of the human fall, we belong to the satanic lineage or bloodline. As we move about, that satanic blood circulates through our bodies. It stirs up like muddy water in a glass tube. However, when we sleep, the body is at rest and the blood circulation slows. It can be compared to the sediment settling to the bottom of the tube and clear water rising to the top. Then our original clear mind can be touched by heaven. This is why revelations usually come through dreams. At that time, God may teach us using images and symbols. Well, this is very interesting, right? So even though, what circulates in us, especially if you're not blessed yet, this is satanic blood. So Father is saying here, it stirs up like muddy water in a glass tube. But however, when we sleep, Father said, the body is at rest and the blood circulation is low. So it can be compared to the sediment settling to the bottom of the tube, and then clear water rising to the top. So, like this, like muddy water, our blood, when we sleep, the circulation gets lost. Nagiging mabagal po yung circulation niya. And then, di ba kapag parang naka-steady lang siya, kung ano yung mabigat, yung like muddy water, siya yung naiwan sa baba. And then, yung clear, sabi ni Father dito, then our original, like clear mind, or the clear water is rising up to the top. So, ibig sabihin, our like original mind is going over. That's why Father said, while we are sleeping, yung blood natin is calm, and then the clear one rise up. And then that is the time that like our original clear mind can be touched by heaven while we are sleeping. Sabi ni Father, this is why revelations usually come through dreams. At that time, God may teach us using images and symbols. So basically, this is the time when we're sleeping. Pag natutulog po tayo, na very calm ang pan natin, and then our original mind is being touched by heaven. That's why God is teaching us through revelations, through images and symbols, guiding our life. That's why we have to really understand yung mga dreams po natin na napapanaginipan natin. Galing ba ito kay God? Is it, has it, giving me a special, meaning? Has this dream has a special meaning to guide me? Is this dream comes from God? So we really need to understand. So ito po yung time na yun sa life natin while we're sleeping. Our spiritual self, is also, traveling. Nagta-travel yun siya. And then our original mind, goes over. And then heaven touches, us through our dreams, touches our mind. So this is really very interesting. So while we are sleeping, God is teaching us, through images and symbols. Father said we have to determine whether our dream is heavenly or satanic dream. This is very important point. So these things that are coming to us through dreams, we need to distinguish whether they are heavenly dreams or satanic dreams. How do you distinguish whether a particular dream is just a random dream, a revelation from God, or an image from Satan? Satanic dreams do not have a clear picture, direction, or central theme. They are jumbled, and when you get up, you easily forget them. In contrast, contains a clear theme. It often continues a message from one dream to the next. Wow, this is interesting, right? So if you have consistent dreams 3 nights in a row, then you should recognize it as a revelation from God. A heavenly dream will be so clear in your mind that you will recall it vividly when you wake up. You do not forget it because God and human beings are meant to be united for eternity. Sometimes we have many dreams. Sinasabi natin, minsan napapanaginipan pa po natin yung iba. Namatay, ganito, ganyan, or kung ano-ano. But how to distinguish? Sabi ni Father dito, satanic dreams do not have a clear picture, direction, or central theme. They are jumbled. And when you get up, you easily forget them. So these are, minsan, ito yung mga satanic dreams. Madalas natin theme. Wala siyang clear na picture, walang clear na direction. Right? It's jumbled, parang maglo. So these are just encounter with evil and low spirits. Right? So, what is heavenly dream, Father is saying? A heavenly dream is coherent and contains a clear theme. It often continues a message from one dream to the next. If you have consistent dreams 3 nights in a row, then you should recognize it as a revelation from God. The heavenly dream will be so clear in your mind that you will recall it vividly when you wake up. So you do not forget it, Father said, because God and human beings are meant to be united for eternity. So it will remain in your mind very vividly. You will see very clear picture when it is a heavenly dream. You will never forget, sabi ni Father dito, you will never forget. And then it continues. Like for example, today you dream about it. And then tomorrow again when you sleep, it continues. And then again, you continue, especially if it's continuous 3 days. This is very clear. We need to know and understand.
and try to interpret clearly, right? So it's really very important. This is really very interesting today, Father's guidance, right? So we can discern. So hindi lang tayo umaasa sa we ask other people, but actually if we know the principle, if we learn the principle, we will going to learn to understand as we develop our spirituality, our connection with Heavenly Parent. And as we move closer to Heavenly Parent, we can understand more spiritual things because we are spiritual beings. Aju? So it's important. Sometimes we dream many things, we don't know how to interpret. We ask many people, they have different interpretations. Sometimes we became confused. So the most important is how to really develop this relationship with Heavenly Parent, right? Once we, develop our spirituality, we move closer to Heavenly Parent. That's why, how can we, develop this in our life, right? Our life of faith. How can we improve and develop every day? And later on, we can understand more the spiritual world, right? The things, the revelations that God is giving us through dreams to guide us, to help us overcome any situations. Aju. So not only from our leaders, from our elders, from others and brothers and sisters, God is revealing Himself to us and really guiding us in every step of our life. That's why even while we are sleeping, if we are earnest with something from Heavenly Parent, if we want to find answers, if we find, we are desperate asking Heavenly Parent, why? Heavenly Parent, my life is like this. I want to know the answers. I want to find the answers, Heavenly Parent. If we are desperate, if we have this kind of heart, Heavenly Parents will surely reveal Himself to us. Heavenly Parents will surely guide us no matter what, without fail. At the time while we're sleeping, Heavenly Parents can use that time, right, to guide us so that we can overcome and we can become victorious. We can develop our relationship closer to Heavenly Parent and to our true parents. Aju, this is really amazing. Aju? Father said satanic dreams are quickly forgotten. On the other hand, satanic dreams are quickly forgotten because any relationship with Satan is temporary. They do not sway those of you who remain in constant contact with the good spirit world, because you have experienced heavenly dreams and know how to recognize them. But still, you are beset by nightmares and temptations from Satan's world. Psychologists call them manifestations of the subconscious for the psychologists. Still, they are easily forgotten. So they are not like dreams from God, which are vivid, unexpected, and unforgettable. So if the dream really comes from Heavenly Parents, sabi ni Father dito, these things we're not expecting, and then unforgettable. It will really, sabi ni Father in the beginning, it will help, you change. These are life-changing. These dreams from heaven. That's why really the key is how to improve and develop our spirituality in order for us to understand. Kasi pag tanong-tanong lang tayo, pag anong napanaginipan natin, minsan, different interpretations. And then some, sabi ni Father, some of our dreams come true, some are not, right? Some come true, some are not. But if these are really, God's guidance in our life, God is guiding us through our dreams. That's why Heavenly Parents can guide us through our dreams. That's why this is really important. So satanic dreams, these are, really jumbled, unclear, and easily forgotten. And once you remember sometimes, there's no theme. It's very unclear. Why I dream about this? It's really, these things. So these are an encounter with low-level evil spirits. These evil spirits. That's why once we, grow and develop our spirituality, we go over these situations. Kaya nga tayo minsan, we have this, mga hindi ka igaya ng mga panaginip. We have all these things. So this just means that we need to work on developing our spirituality more. Because we are having encounters with evil spirits while we are sleeping. Meaning, we have to elevate our spirituality so that these evil spirits cannot anymore have encounter in us. So meaning, our spiritual level is still low. right? Sometimes, once in a while, we experience this. So these are also, wake up call for us. So we need to be more serious in our life of faith. Really, how to improve more our relationship with Heavenly Parent. That's why during this time, that's why brothers and sisters, we are really lucky. Heavenly Parents have given us this very precious time. For some, this is really, really terrible. Why we could experience this pandemic? This is more than all the experiences in the past. Already we are about 2 years, right? Oh, yeah, more than 1 year now we are experiencing this. So for some people, this is really terrible. But actually, for us, really, we feel, of course, many lives were sacrificed. But even though without pandemic, many lives are, many people are going to the spiritual world every day. That's the reality. Not just because of the pandemic, right? Actually, every day, 55,000 people are dying. So when you calculate that for a year, how many? Millions of people. So when you compare to the ratio of the number of those who pass away due to COVID, it's like almost the same number of the number of people passing, to the
Oh, let's wait a moment. The connection of our national leader is not stable po. He's now in La Union. We will contact him first po.
I'm sorry, I lost my connection. I will connect now again. I lost my... sige, sige nga. Papakonect ako dyan. Sige, sige. Ano yun siya? I'm sorry po. I will try to connect to another connection. Sige, sige. Saan ba? Saan? Ito? Thank you, Ella. Yeah, okay na. Thank you. Yab, nakikita na? Hello?
Mas okay po yung kanina, but yan, can...
I will share now. Nakikita na?
Hindi pa po. Preparing. Sir, better po i-off nyo yung cam nyo. Mas okay po yung connection nyo kanina kasi naka-yellow po yun. Ito naka-red. Red ang
Naka-red
connection.
ito? So yan, hindi siya stable?
Okay na po. Try nyo po ulit.
Okay na, okay na? Nakikita mo?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so I will just turn off my camera?
Yes, sir. Better.
Sige, sige. Hindi. Parang turn off yung camera. I will stop muna ang sharing. So, sorry po. I will close first my camera. Okay na, Yab?
Okay na po. Slideshow nyo na po.
Yeah, sige, sige. Okay po. Yeah, I'm sorry for the disturbance. Actually, we are now in La Union po. It's quite weak dito po kina Kuya Felix Sanchez. So it's not so strong po yung kan. So but anyway, I'm really grateful still we could connect po. So thank you very much. So let's continue po. I will continue my presentation. So what I'm saying po kanina, so this time really God has given us this opportunity to be able to really reflect deeply and really see where we are now, our life of faith. So this is really now the time that God has given us to really develop more. Take this time and really see how close we are to Heavenly Parent and to true parents. So all of us, we realize that we really need to work harder more in our life of faith with our family.
right? So that's why we are all very, very grateful to Heavenly Parent and to true parents. So really, this is really great opportunity for us to really develop more our relationship with God, with our true parents, and really develop our spirituality. So once we develop, our spirituality, evil spirits, low spirits cannot anymore, come with us. So then our time of sleeping, our dreams can be used by Heavenly Parent to really guide us, guide our families. Aju? That's why really Heavenly Parents now, especially now the spiritual world is really widely working now. More than 500 billion people, 500 billions of absolute good spirits, and then our own ancestors who are always with us, right? But even though they are with us, 500 billions of absolute good spirits, Hyojinim, Hongjinim, Demonim, if we cannot elevate our spirituality, they cannot do anything. That's why we are really the key. Because as long as our level is low, and then evil spirits, same level with us, they will always disturb our life. They will always disturb our life. And then they come when we are sleeping, right? And then they show us many things that will just confuse our life. Aju? That's why if we started to, really develop more our life, and then we can become more closer to Heavenly Parent and true parents. And then our sleeping time also, this can become an avenue for Heavenly Parent to guide our life through dreams, showing us clearly where to go, what to do. Aju, this is very, very important. True Father said, don't ignore revelations or dreams. Don't ignore revelations or dreams. Pray and make sincere, devoted efforts to receive such experiences. How to adapt them to our real lives and how to apply them to the practical reality. This is most important in a life of faith. That's why when we receive some revelation, when we receive some guidance, sabi ni Father, do not ignore when we receive some revelations to our dreams. Do not ignore them. But we need to pray sincerely. Make sincere effort to receive such experiences. So we need to pray and, have these experiences. And then, what is most important, Father said, how to adapt them to our real lives. These things shouldn't be separate from our real life, right? And how to apply them. Most important, how to apply them to the practical reality. This is most important in our life of faith. So once God reveals something to us, to really help us. So we have to really analyze and pray deeply about this and really apply this in our life. This is the most important. That's why God is revealing in our dreams. Aju, so that we can improve our life. We can improve, our families. As, sons and daughters of Heavenly Parent, really following our beloved true parents now, we can improve and develop our life of attendance, our life of filial piety. We can develop our heart of filial piety. We can apply whatever these dreams and revelations that God is giving us through our dreams. How to apply them in our life is the most important. Father said, have such experiences in your life. First, you may have a premonition, amshi in Korean. For instance, while casually walking down the street, you see a sitting bird on the wall of a house suddenly fly away in front of you. You sense something unusual. It is an indirect hint that something special is about to happen. The next stage is to have unusual dreams. So, una raw sabi ni Father, we have some like mga premonition. Sa buhay natin, like, many instances, we learn and may mga naririnig po tayong mga testimony na ganito. And then, next, sabi ni Father, next stage is to have unusual dreams. Mongshi. They are not like the dreams you normally have in a deep sleep. St. Paul experienced the third heaven in a dreamlike state. Never let such an experience slip by. So basically, yung mga ganito na dream, hindi yung unusual, sabi ni Father, na hindi yung deep sleep ka na. Basically, di ba minsan pag nananaginip tayo ng mga very valuable, very important, parang kakatulog mo pa lang yun eh. Hindi pa yung deep ang sleep mo. And then immediately, even St. Paul, sabi ni Father dito, St. Paul experienced the third heaven in a dreamlike state. Never let such an experience slip by, Father said. You should instead put it all together and analyze it from a scientific perspective, seeking to understand its meaning for you. when it can speak to you about what direction you should take, you will definitely see a result. So, when we dream, actually really something God wanted to reveal and communicate to us. So sabi ni Father dito, we need to analyze it from a scientific perspective. Kaya nga, this is not just, kung wala lang, based on scientific perspective. Hindi pwedeng basta-basta lang na, that's why nga, the divine principle, uniting both science and religion. So hindi lang, parang i-explain natin without any scientific basis. That's why scientifically, Father saying to us here, we need to analyze scientifically. And then seeking to understand the meaning for you. That's why kapag tayo po na naginip, actually it doesn't for, minsan sinasabi natin, this is for someone. Actually, it's not. When we have a dream, this is really for us. Sometimes some people are involved doon, kaya nga, we have to really analyze. Is this really heavenly dream? Kapag natandaan mo na hindi naman, walang meaning, this is a satanic dream, and then some people were involved doon sa dream natin, just ignore them. But if you started to realize and analyze, right? This is, a revelation, heavenly dream. You start to really scientifically analyze it and understand it for yourself. And then what direction God is giving you, what direction you should take. And then sabi ni Father, once you do this, you will definitely see a result. So these unforgettable dreams are 100% accurate, Father said. Have such experiences in your life. That's why actually we have many brothers and sisters, we have many elders, maybe while we are studying this time now, you recall your dreams. May mga nangyari, may mga hindi nangyari na dreams natin. But siguro we have mga continuous dreams. I heard also some testimonies. I couldn't have yung mga ganong dreams pa na mga continuous. Also, I could have wonderful dreams through mother, through parents, but really mga continuous dreams like that really, reveal so much clearly. Really, we need to work on more how to receive this kind of revelations from heaven. So Father is saying these unforgettable dreams are 100% accurate. Have such experiences in your life. So really, it's really, really important in order for us to really receive God's guidance, God's direction. And then we can analyze and understand well. And then definitely, Father said, you are going to gain result. Sabi ni Father. So Father said, God can teach you through a voice or vision. If you can reach that level, what will happen next? You will receive a revelation, Yeshi, or a direction, Jishi. So actually, it's really step by step. So after, premonition, you started to have premonition, and then dreams will come, and then after that, revelation na you will receive a revelation, Yeshi, or a direction, Jishi. Revelations are required interpretation, but directions do not. That is the difference between the two. So, yung revelations daw, it requires still, you need to interpret it. But directions, sabi ni Father dito, do not. So that is the difference. So God can teach you through a voice or a vision. So if already we received through voice or vision, these are more clearer. So you may have a vision of a pair of deer drinking water at a brook and looking at the distant mountains on a beautiful spring day. This is a very good sign that something good might happen. Soon after you have the vision, a corresponding event will occur. It is never a coincidence. Through this, God is cultivating the field of your heart. So really amazing if we started to experience these things, sabi ni Father. And then we started to listen from God's voice, or we could see vision already. So through this, Father saying, God is cultivating the field of our hearts. So really, this is really amazing and really interesting. That's why we need to, offer more sincere devotion in order for us to really receive God's guidance in our life. And then through this, God can help us cultivate the field of our heart, Father said. So Father said, treasure all these experiences and apply their lessons to your life. Beyond the stage of revelations, you will reach the stage of trance or mukshi. A trance is like traveling to the spirit world and experiencing its wonders. So after those experiences, ngayon naman, beyond the stage of revelations, after revelations, you will reach the stage of trance or mukshi, Father said. This is now traveling to the spiritual world and experiencing its wonders. Wow, this is amazing. When you cannot When you can connect to that world, you can even arrive at the realm of God's feelings. Wow. Treasure all these experiences and apply their lessons to your life. Your life of faith is precious and you should cultivate it. Wow, really, still, we really need to invest more in our life. Life of faith, Father said, is very precious. We need to cultivate it. We need to move, as our spirituality grows, our spirit, is really growing to really, more closer to becoming divine spirit. We can have this experience. Father said, after revelations, next stage is this stage of trance or moksha. Then your spirit will going to travel. And then you will going to experience the wonders of the spiritual world. And then you can connect already to that world. And then you can even arrive at the realm of God's feelings. Wow, this is really amazing. So Father said, treasure all these experiences and apply their lessons to your life. Aju. Father said, this is the last slide. Father said, you must learn to control the situation. Finally, you reach the point where you can experience the great resultant world of God in your daily life. So finally, we will arrive to this level of our life. That, sabi ni Father dito, you reach the point where you can experience the great resultant world of God in your daily life. At this stage, God's instructions will be in your mind. Wow, this is really amazing. So this is really the goal and purpose of our life. We can receive, directly. We live with God every day. Ito talaga yung totoo na living with God. The directions of God, sabi ni Father, will be in your mind. So every day, what you are doing in your life is you are just absolutely obeying God's directions clearly. You try to talk pleasantries to someone, but you cannot speak. You want to say a few words of encouragement, but instead, you utter a reproach. So sabi ni Father, please take note of this word, sabi ni Father. When such incomprehensible phenomena take place, you must learn to control the situation. This is important. Once you reach this level, Father said, you need to control the situation. Otherwise, people might think you are insane. That's why sometimes, kapag sumobra naman tayo, right? Ang tingin na ng mga tao sa atin, baliw na tayo, nababaliw na tayo. That's why, certain levels we have to really control. We have to really control. So Father said, you must learn to control the situation. Actually, this is where our life is going. As we develop our spirituality, as we become more closer and closer to Heavenly Parent, really, we are becoming one with Heavenly Parent. Ibig sabihin, we can really listen and hear God's voice directly. And then we can receive direct instructions. Sabi ni Father, God's instructions will be in your mind 24 hours a day. Can you imagine? So, we really live with God every day. But, once we reach this state, Father said, you have to control the situation. You have to control the situation. Otherwise, you will become like crazy. You will become like crazy already. People think you are insane. Aju? That's why, actually, this is really the path where our life is going. As spiritual beings, our life on earth is to really raise and develop our spirituality, our spiritual self. As we grow and develop our spirit self, we, become more closer and closer to heaven. We receive revelation, guidance with this kind of, until this level that, Father is saying here, you reach the point where you can experience a great resultant world of God in your daily life. Ito po talaga yung punta ng kwan natin. But once we reach this, we have to control the situation. Aju? So really, this is really important guidance today, our brothers and sisters. So as we learn and study, actually, we don't, need to ask other people. When we have a dreams, actually, we can, interpret it on our own. We can understand. These are revelations. So if there are, sometimes we couldn't understand things, we need to offer more devotions, really our sincerity. If Heavenly Parents can see the eagerness of our heart, our sincerity, really amazing things will be revealed to us. And then for sure, we can improve and develop our life, our spirituality, our own family. We can fulfill our mission no matter what. Aju? Because now physical world and spirit world is one. There's no more boundaries. Through Father and through Mother, they are one. Meaning spirit world and physical world is one. If we are eager, if our heart is really, we are really longing, desperate, we have this kind of heart, naturally, Heavenly Parents will reveal to us. And then the way, the path we need to go will be very, very clear. Haju, Haju. This is really the great blessing that we have during this time while we are living on this earth with our beloved true mother and then with our true father in the spiritual world. Haju, so we are really so blessed. So today, this is really very, very important guidance of our beloved true parents. So we can live better life, right? Haju? And then we can really become victorious sons and daughters of Heavenly Parent. Aju? So let's really offer our gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and our beloved true parents. Let's give a big round of applause to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. So once again, thank you very much, my beloved brothers and sisters. Let's really continue to have the heart of desperation. And then whatever challenges and difficulties in our families today, very inspiring the sharing of Sitsuku-san. Despite the difficulties, really, as we offer our gratitude to heaven, every day we are grateful. Heavenly Parents will really, come to us and really we can solve all the problems. That's why the most important is our heart of desperation, our heart of, eagerness, and then Heavenly Parents can reveal everything to us and we will become victorious. Aju, so once again, thank you so much. May Heavenly Parents' love and blessings be upon you and your families. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let us appreciate and give thanks to our national leader for the wonderful message this morning. Thank you so much, sir, for that important guidance this morning. Yeah. Thank you so much. Now for our reflection sharing, let us welcome to share Mr. Jan Bastol. Morning po.
Hello. Hello, my
Good
brothers and
morning.
sisters.
Good morning po.
All right. On behalf of all brothers and sisters here in our region, kamusta po kayong lahat? Ako po si Jan Bastol. Dito po sa Region 12, Sorsogon Region. So my task is to give reflection. No? From the readings, sinasabi dito kung gaano ka kinumpir ni Father yung how the world spend money for war, preparing for war, and yet Father is spending a lot of money for world peace. So dito natin nakikita na kahit pala we spend billions of dollars for world peace, hindi po natin pwedeng ihambing yan, no? That's more important than the world is preparing for war and then improving their arms. They are spending billions of dollars just to prepare for the war. And also we are actually in our own war against communism, against any evilness of the world. All right. So our war is we are using God's words. We are using true parents' words, and we are using true parents' principle for this war. Brothers and sisters, good luck to us. Huh? I hope we will not stop. Okay, we will not stop fighting for our own war, for world peace. Let's help our true parents. Now, sa message ni Reverend Angelo, our national leader, thank you very much. No? Every time na nakikinig ako sa sermon ni national leader, na-feel ko yung intensity. no? Yung intensity, yung parang gustong-gusto niya na marinig natin lahat, gustong-gusto niya na maintindihan natin lahat yung kino-convey niya mga messages. Naramdaman ko yung spirit, no? Naramdaman ko yung gaano ka-sincere yung message na gustong iparating sa atin ni National Leader. Salamat po. And naliwanagan po ako actually, no, ngayong araw na to, kung paano si Father nag-receive ng revelation. At least nakagkaroon ako ng idea na ganito pala, no, mag-receive ng revelation. And then that becomes a natural mind of our true Father. So ngayon, ang natutunan natin is about dreams. No? Hindi lahat pala ng dreams, no? Sabi ng message kanina ni Reverend, ay godly. No? Meron ding satanic. No? Kaya saan po ba tayo doon? No? Yung mga dreams natin. Saan ba doon yung mga dreams natin? Is it heavenly side or satanic side? I confess, no? Na most of my dreams are not heavenly. Bakit? Pagising ko kasi nakakalimutan ko kagad. No? That is one of the things that we are going to determine kung may meaning ba, no? May magandang meaning bang dreams natin o wala. No? Sabi pa nga kanina ng message, spiritual dreams gives life-changing information. No? May mga magandang mensahe po siya, no? And it should be consistent. Ayan. Then sabi pa kanina, pag mayroon kayong mga dreams na consistent, no? Wag niyong pabayaan. Okay? Do not ignore it. Sabi nga ni Father kanina. You have to offer prayer and sincere devotion. Malay mo, no? Merong mensahe sabi ni Father sa iyo. Kaso lang sabi ni Father, you must also be careful. Ayan. You must be careful kung ano yung mga dreams na yan. But then, clearly, sabi kanina ni Reverend, according kay Father, no? Yan po ang mga criteria kung paano natin sabihin na yung mga dreams natin ay meron sa magandang meaning. It is heavenly. Clear ang kanyang information. No? Consistent siya. No? Palaging siyang pabalik-balik sa iyo. And then, kahit gising ka na, you can recall it. No? You can recall it. And then, sabi ni Father, do not ignore it. Pray sincerely and offer devotion para maintindihan natin kung anong meaning ng dreams mo. No? So, at same time, sinabi din ni Reverend, no, kung ano yung satanic dreams. This contains mga sexual informations. No? So, alam nyo, napakabigat na bagay yan. No? You have to immediately cut it off. No? Kasi sabi nga dito, kanina sa information natin, sa message ni Reverend, that is satanic. No? So, not clear, no direction, no? Because any relationship with Satan is just temporary. Yan po ang pinakamagandang bagay na magkaroon tayo ng reflection ngayong araw na to. Any relationship with Satan is temporary. So, thank you very much, National Leader, for that very, very nice guidance. Ako po ay natuto ngayong araw na to. Salamat po.
Thank you so much. Let us give a hand to Mr. John Bastol. Thank you po for sharing. Now, next to reflect, let us welcome Mrs. Emily Magsipo.
Okay po ba? Good morning to our heavenly parents, our victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. To all our leaders, good morning. Thank you to our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halo, for our message today. It is really good now that I have known that that message Yung nga sabi ni Brother John Bastol, sabi niya nga, all dreams na hindi mo na maaalala pagkagising mo are not really a good dream. So, me also many times have that kind of dreams. That sometimes, even though in my dreams it's so very vivid that I could recognize everybody, but when I wake up, hindi ko na siya maalala. So, I just shrug it. So maybe it is so because siguro these dreams would not hinder or confuse me for anything. But there is one very significant dream that I have when I was not yet a member. I am in my 4 days seminar in Davao City. When our lecturer is Kuya Zing Bacalares, my spiritual lolo also. He finished the lecture on parallelism. So at night, I dreamed. I saw a very, very bright light in the sky, the clouds very white and so shiny. And there, in the cloud, there is a hole in the center. And I saw the face of Jesus Christ. And when I looked up at him, he said, "The Messiah has already come." So when I woke up, I really think about it. The next day that our lecture is on the second coming. So when Kuya Zing finished that lecture, I already know that Reverend Moon is the one that Jesus said. So I already concluded. So in that dream, it is my in that dream I was inspired and truly I accepted our true parents. So I really long so much for our true father and true mother. And because of that longing, because of that dream, I long for them. And that dream come true when I saw true parents in person. And that time, year 2005, when our true parents come in the Philippines, I really saw them the second time face to face. And unexpectedly, a true father chose me, pat me in the back during after our Hondoke. So in Manila Hotel. Because I want to stand in front just to see true father, just to see that I can look at them and maybe he can see me, just give me a little smile. It is heaven for me. But it is unexpected because it was really I consider a greatest gift for me. That true father tapped me on the back, a very strong tap in the back, and he chose. I am one of the chosen members to give to offer a song in front of them. So when I do not know what will what what the song I will offer to them, my mind is really boggling so much what song I could offer, and in front of them I really trembled a lot. I think my knees can't hold me standing, but I offered a song for them, and I cannot finish my song because I really cried. I really cried, and as I sang, I want to to run to them, to embrace them, and really thankful enough for to that I could see them, that I could have this really a great opportunity to offer a song to them. So that time, it is I was 1 month pregnant to my uh, fourth child. So my fourth child was born also during the time that our true parents entered into the Chonjonggong Palace, June 13th. So the ceremony of the entrance of our true parents in the Chonjonggong Palace, I was in the hospital giving labor to my fourth child. So at that time, our Ate Shirley, Kuya Eric, and the late attorney Talaba was there in Davao giving us the lectures about our true parents in entrance to the palace. But we didn't finish it because I have to give birth to my child. So they give, since our true parents was given the title of the King and Queen of Peace, so they gave the name for my son, Prince Jumel, because he is our prince of Julie and Emily. So that is really, really a very great opportunity. Because of that dream, I really stick to my belief to our true parents, and that is why until now I am really grateful enough, because I said the experience I have with that is as true father chose me. That is a blessing for me. But Father said, when you receive blessing, there is also a great responsibility. So that is what I'm thinking. Because of that blessing, I have a great responsibility. That is why, even though there are lots of difficulties, still my faith to our true parents is still there and continues to believe our true parents. And that is in our family, in our life of faith, we stick to true parents, even though there are lots of uh, of many groups who will convince us to join with them, but still that with true parents, my family will be with it. So thank you very much, NL, for this message. I really learned a lot, and maybe I hindi pa ako nakarating doon sa Mokshi. So I will still develop my faith to experience that Mokshi. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tita Emily, for that um, sharing po your experience, your testimony. Once again, let us give a hand to Mrs. Emily Magsi po. Thank you so much po. Now, for our final guidance, let us welcome our Regional Vice President of Heavenly Asia Pacific 2, Dr. Julius B. Malikdem.
Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. Thank you once again to our beloved national leader, Kuya LA. And thank you for all our brothers and sisters sharing beautiful song also, the prayers. So, nakakamiss ang ang Region 12, no? Many of our brothers and sisters there. So anyway, today, this is actually very important in our life of faith. You know, we are spiritual beings. And Heavenly Parent is a spiritual being. And most of the time when we offer prayer, isn't it that we always seek for guidance, right? Like, Heavenly Parent, please guide me, please help me. However, even though God wanted to directly guide us, we could not reach that point wherein magkaroon tayo ng give and take with God. No? Parang there is still that block kasi very strong pa rin yung physical senses natin. Very strong yung physical body natin. And so that is why most of the time yung spiritual sense natin is not active. And so therefore, in this guidance by our true Father, he's talking about reaching a level of spiritual experience wherein we can directly communicate with God. And then through the explanation of our national leader, so my stages siya, no? It can happen many times in your life. Maybe during the time before you met the movement, you have some spiritual experiences by dreams. Alam ko marami sa inyo na witnessan through dreams, right? Bigla na lang, no? You feel something, sometimes intuition. Yung kanina, yung first stage is talking about premonition or hint or signal. Yung parang may nakita ka lang na isang bagay, then suddenly you feel, this is something important. Maybe this is telling me something. Yung parang hindi mo siya ma-ignore. And so with that, parang yun yung first stage na yung spiritual sense mo parang gumana. No? Sometimes it could be a warning na instead of meeting an accident, you just felt like maybe I will not go. Maybe I need, you know, it happened to me in our headquarters. One time I went to, I have an early appointment to give a lecture in Archbishop Santualia's church that time. And then I think maybe some of you still remember. And then it was a one-day seminar in his church. And then we left headquarters very early. Normally, I don't put the seatbelt. Normally. I don't know why when we are living on the gate of headquarters, parang feeling ko I need to put on the seatbelt. And then I just put it on, and then yun na, and then I just started to communicate with somebody in the phone, and then we had an accident. No, that was a time na if not for the seatbelt, then it could have been a very bad accident. Even my cell phone was thrown outside, no? I mean, not outside the car, but very far from me. So it's a very strong collision. But nothing happened to me. I continued to give lecture the whole day. That time, they cannot reach me because that place of Archbishop Santualia was no signal. So many were worried something happened bad because they heard about the accident. So this is some kind of a signal that we cannot ignore. Spirit world or our Heavenly Parent is guiding us, helping us. Kaso nga lang, hindi tayo aware, kaya napapalampas natin yung mga moments na yan. And then the next stage is about dreams. So ito yung time na parang half asleep ka, subconscious. Then suddenly, when you wake up, all the details, ma-remember mo. No, what happened? Especially if it's a dream with true parents, right? Parang step by step, alam mo kung anong nangyari. And then you can even recall even years after na napanaginipan mo. Then we cannot ignore this kind of dreams. But that is not the end, no? Dreams are just the second stage. And the third stage is already you feel there's some kind of revelation. Pero yung distinction, sabi ni Father, command or direction and revelation. Revelation is still you need to interpret. Ano kaya yon? But direction or command, talagang very clear na sinabi sa'yo kung ano ang gagawin mo. But of course, that is not our goal. This is just a way for our Heavenly Parent, who is the subject partner, spiritual, no? Spiritual being. So that means he can reach out to us also most of the time through spiritual experiences. So after the revelations, the last one is about divine revelation. Divine revelation means we could reach God's emotion in our daily life. Yung feeling mo, no, whatever you are thinking, you are doing, it's constantly connected to God's heart. It's constantly connected to God's will. So that is why in our life of faith, these are very important, spiritual experiences. But most important is how can this be applied in our daily life? Di ba? Nalaman natin kanina that the growth of that emotional connection to Heavenly Parent is a stage-by-stage process. It can happen in the past, it can happen now. But most important is how to think providentially. Because if we are not involved providentially, kahit na may revelation na dumating sa atin, parang it doesn't mean so much. But if you are in the front line, if you're doing something for the providence, and then you receive this direction, this revelation, then it becomes more meaningful, di ba? So that is why I think we have to really develop this sense of emotional attachment, connection kay Heavenly Parent. And then through prayers, and then at the same time, through practice. And then the more we develop this, of course, we could not reach yet that level na talagang every day, 24 hours, we are always connected to our Heavenly Parent. But that should be our goal. No? How to make in our life of faith, constantly yung, parang there is always that constant communication with God. So that is why, anyway, through this guidance given by our national leader, then we can understand how God is communicating to us. So individually, how God is guiding you in your life of faith. So thank you so much, dear brothers and sisters. So I hope that you will have beautiful dreams, and we can do more for the providence. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much. Let us give a hand to
Thank you.
Sir Julius B. Malikden. Thank you so much, sir, for that guidance. Thank you po. Thank you also to all our elders, brothers and sisters from Region 12, to Magsipok family, Derecho family, and Bastol family. Thank you so much po. Now let us give them our virtual applause. Thank you so much. For our closing prayer, may I call Mr. Julie Magsipok.
Okay, so please join me in my prayer. Loving Heavenly Parents and victorious true parents of heaven and humankind, once again, we're very grateful and thankful for this opportunity that we're here with all our brothers and sisters, our leaders and elders in our country, Philippines, and other countries in the world. We thank you, Heavenly Parents, for another guidance that you have given to us today, how we could be able to manage our spiritual life as an individual and families. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, for all the blessings that we receive, Father, from you. Thank you also for all the leaders of our country, always giving us their efforts and their guidance to educate us, Heavenly Parents, spiritually, and to guide us how we could be able to participate, Heavenly Parents, in the providence and restoration of our country, Philippines. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, for all the protections also and guidance along the way, despite of our difficulties in life. We know that every day you wanted us, Father, to be embraced, Father, by your love. We pray that we could be able to be consistent, Heavenly Parents, in raising up our spiritual life, Heavenly Parents, because we know that Satan is always there, Father, to destroy our spiritual life. We pray that we could be able to always be reminded, Heavenly Parents, our connection to you through our Abel, And this is the only way that we could be able to overcome everything, Heavenly Parents. Father in heaven, we thank you for the success of our everyday activities in our morning devotion. And thank you also for the participations of our brothers and sisters. And we pray that we could be able to unite, Father, as one family in this country, Philippines, so that we could be able to help our true mother fulfilling this very important mission in our life to restore our country, Heavenly Parents. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, for our beloved true parents, always guiding us, giving us direction and revelation through our dreams. And we pray that through this we could be able to pray always manage our spiritual life and not to mislead, Father, by the evil spirit world. Loving Heavenly Parents, thank you once again for all the blessings every day that you have given us. And thank you for making us brave, Heavenly Parents, and not afraid by any circumstances that comes along the way. Heavenly Parents, please continue to guide our leaders, give them always your support spiritually and good health, protections and guidance, that we, our leaders, could be able to be used by you to handle our country, Father, towards the fulfillment of your desire and will. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, for all the blessings today once again. And thank you again for the important message that give us the kind of enlightenment to our spiritual life. Thank you once again. I offer everything to you with humble hearts in our names. Julie and Emily Magsipok, blessed to our families, I pray. Aju.
Aju. Let us offer our individual prayer. Aju. Let us offer our gratitude to our Heavenly Parent, true parents. Kamsahamnida, Heavenly Parent, true parents. To our beloved Regional Vice President, Sir Julius B. Malikdem, to our National Leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog, and to all our elders, brothers, and sisters. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining.
so much. Happy Monday.
Thank you very much po.